I'm Kane Smead from Dirt Wheels Magazine. This is the first test of Outlander Electric. Over the years, we've tested first IRS, we've tested first EPS, we've tested first EFI, but this is the very first mass-produced production electric ATV, and we're going to try it out now.
This was not of this earth.
Outlander Electric is powered by an 8.9 kilowatt Rotax built e-power system with 47 horsepower and 53 foot-pounds of torque. The biggest asset of this machine is by far its silent operation. It's such a different experience than we've ever been used to riding an ATV in the woods. Hunters, sightseers, tour groups are going to love how quiet the ride is. You basically hear nothing through your helmet until about 20 miles an hour when a little bit of wind noise starts buffeting through. But under that, you don't even hear that whining that you can hear on camera. It's such a rad experience.
We've done, I don't know, about 10 miles or so. This is one of the coolest ride experiences I've had in a long time. I'll repeat it again. There's been no other advancement in ATVs that has been so significant. If the range is what they say, 50 miles kind of varying or 30 aggressive, this is going to be a game changer. It's going to bring new people to the sport, and it feels just like a normal ATV. It's got the same chassis as the 700. It rides like the 700. The engine braking is incredible. If you really want to use it, it will not dive the front end, but it slows it down, and it slows it down faster and faster as you come to a stop. Work, sport, normal mode. I would keep it on work just to save the battery life and still have a great day on the trails. The steering, you can feel a little bit of the torque on the front tires when it's in four-wheel drive, but if you put it in two-wheel drive, it still has buku traction. I mean, the traction is killer. These tires are hooking up for sure. It's been a great ride so far. We're gonna probably double that 10 miles and go have some more fun.
Take a look at this clip again. You hear nothing but the rubber tires on the rocks as I ride past the camp.
More on the screen. Okay, there's a button over here to the left. So if you hit that, it activates different sections. So your steering modes, we did like max when we were in four-wheel drive. It took away that kind of biting that the front steering was doing when it was four-wheel drive. So there's your normal trip meter, stuff like that. Speed limiter was really cool. Now over here, let's get that. Okay, long press, and right there is your speed limiter. And that's what we were doing when we were dragging and pulling the logs. You could just pin it and it won't go over 7 miles an hour, which was really cool. Go back to that button and let's go. So you can operate the winch with this button, hit OK, and then it gives you your winch option. It says off right there. I'm going to hit it again and see if it turns on. Well, okay, long press and it's on. And then so there's more vehicle info. This is 5 miles left. You see we're down to only a couple bars. We went 16 miles, so 21 miles at really aggressive driving. This was somebody else's. It was going way more aggressive than I was, and so I think I was going to get more like 30, 28 to 30 miles. You got your headlight on and off over here. Engine mode. So I'm going to hit this button, and then we'll see what it does over there. So you got sport mode. So that guy was in sport, obviously wasted battery. Normal and work. Even in work mode, it has all of the horsepower available, but it's just a little lazier getting there. So a little less throttle response. And then behind that engine button is your engine braking. So let's go back to the screen. So there's your engine braking. Minimum, almost free wheels in minimum. Medium, you feel a little bit. And then max, really is some aggressive engine braking. Really like that. That was a lot of fun using that. So cool little 5-inch screen, lots of stuff on it. So this is a level 2. We're gonna put it. There's another secondary cover right there, just like that. And then it does something with the screen up here. There you go. So it's going to go 26%. So since this is level 2, it's going to go from 20 to 80 in how long?
You have 1 hour, 15 minutes to 100%.
Okay, it's right there.
It
Great.
should be less than 50 minutes to go to 80% right now.
Okay, so we can go have lunch, and then by the time we're done, it'll be 100% and go for another rip.
Exactly.
All right, we just finished up our second test session on the Outlander E. Really incredible new product. They claim it's not a sport machine, but it's super fun to ride. We've gone up in elevation. I think we gained from 6,000 to 8,000 or 9,000 feet. Zero power loss. You know, it's the battery. Obviously, everybody wants to know. I think it'll go 30 to 40 miles. They claim 50 miles downhill with the tailwind, or 30 is kind of max for everyday use. So I think you could get a little more than that if you were on a nature ride. We saw a ton of wildlife that I never get to see while I'm normally riding a normal machine, but handles just like the Outlander 700. You know, the new link system they have, all the cargo boxes are really neat. This is a great small trail ride, you know, 30-mile trail ride. You could do a half-day ride in 30 miles if you're going 5-10 miles an hour, stopping to look at the sights. This thing will do it. Priced pretty reasonably for what it is, $13,000 US. That doesn't seem out of the norm for something with this kind of technology. You know, it's obviously $4 or $5 grand more than another base model machine this size, but you get a cool experience. It's totally different. That silent experience. You hear more rocks. You hear the water, the mud puddles. You hear water splashing, which normally you don't. We were talking to other riders. We had a big group of guys. We could talk to them front to back when we were riding. Really cool. Nothing like I've ever experienced before. Glad Can-Am came out with this, and I can't wait to trail ride it more and use it for some more work and use that torque, and nothing bad you can say about this thing. It's a really cool new advancement, and we're glad we got to ride it. Remember that stick at high level.